Hey guys, Bryan here from Liquid Concepts. So today we're going to talk a little bit about another question that we get asked a lot on why do we need to rinse off the PVA and what is it going to do if we accidentally leave it on. So we've had a couple of questions on this, and so of course we thought we'd shoot a quick little video, show you guys a few things on why you want to do this, as well as what are the effects if you accidentally don't get it all rinsed off, or things like that. All right, so what we've got here is we've got just a couple of speed shapes that we're going to dip. Of course, one of these we are not going to rinse, the other one we are, just to kind of show you guys what it's going to look like just as that by itself. And then let's go ahead and get into why you want to rinse it, and of course some of the other things as well, to make sure that we clear everything up on why you need to rinse it and what happens and everything like that. So let's go ahead and get these all cut out here. Now of course the pattern does not matter at all. In this case, this is just one of the films that we had picked, and the black will show up really well with the excess PVA, so that's kind of why we picked it. But this will pretty much be the exact same for every film that you're using for the water transfer printing. All right, so now that we've got our timer going off, we've got our soak time, let's go ahead and spray our activator and activate the film. Make sure that we've got a good glassed out look. And in this case, we're just going to go ahead and do both of these at the same time. So want that angled dip going all the way down, nice and smooth and slow. And there we go. All right, so now that we have all of these, of course, if you've done any of the dipping, you know that whenever they come out, they always are looking almost like they've just been clear coated. And so what you're seeing is, of course, the PVA that is still on the prints. So what we need to do now is, of course, we need to rinse them off. So in this case, we're only gonna rinse one of these, and then the other one we're going to leave out and let it dry, and then show you guys the end result on that. All right, so now that we've got this in here, let's go ahead and get it rinsed off. Of course, you can see right now, everything is all glossy all the way around, and that's all of that excess PVA that we need to get off of there. So we'll go with a light rinse, like a light shower. And mainly what we're of course looking for is that we want all of that glossy look to start coming off. So it'll take a little bit. Of course, the warmer the water, the faster it's going to dissolve off of the part. But mainly the rinse is just getting all the excess PVA off of the part itself. So looking at this, we've stopped about midways, just so you can kind of see a visual on this. This part right here should look, whenever it's finished, more or less like a more flatter sheen, kind of like that, and then the water should be beading off of it pretty quickly. So if we hit this with water like this, and then you can see how fast that water is beading off right in here. So now that we've got this, then we know that if the part is starting to look like it's more of a flatter sheen, the water is beating off really good, then that area should be good to go with no PVA. And so of course the other side, you can tell it has still all the PVA on it. It's still more of a glossy look, as well as feeling it wise, I can feel that it is more of a slimy feel, so we still need to rinse off this area compared to this area over here. As I feel it, it actually feels like a wet part and has no slime or feeling to it, so we know that all of this should be rinsed off very well. So after looking at this now, of course, this just came out of the rinse, and of course, this one has not been rinsed at all, so we still have all the PVA versus no PVA. And you can clearly see, just coming out of the rinse, we've still got it wet all right through here. And so But you can also see that this definitely has a more flatter sheen to it. And so that's what's gonna tell me that I have everything rinsed off. And of course, you can clearly see this one has not been rinsed off. It's still wet. And so we're going to go ahead and dry both of these off and show you the end result on what happens if you just let that dry as well. All right, so we've got all of these, and of course you can clearly see this one right here has been fully rinsed off, ready to go for the clear coat. Everything is all good. Now, this one, of course, has not been rinsed. We went ahead and dried it, and this is how it comes out. Now, they both have a similar sheen, but you can notice that, of course, this one right here definitely has a more glossy sheen than this one right here. And so, of course, number one, you'll know that just from the way that it was feeling after it was dipped, because of course it felt like it was very slimy. And then number two, you can definitely tell that it is a little bit more shiny of a look compared to this right here. And then also, if you're really looking into it a lot, you can see that this does have a little bit more texture, almost like it has like a maybe an orange peel type of look to it compared to this one right here. It does definitely look a lot more smoother, just like the print it was on the actual paint, the way that it was supposed to look before it was dipped. So talking about clear coat wise, if we was to take both of these right here and clear coat these, whether it's a flat finish or a gloss finish, does not matter, but this one right here, if we clear coated it, everything would stick, everything would stay, everything would hold really well. This one right here that has not been rinsed off is going to have a lot of trouble and a lot of problems down the road. So the main thing is that the PVA that is on this one right here, that it's still there, whenever the clear coat is applied over the top of it, you almost have a barrier between it. So you have the print itself, and then you have another layer of the PVA, which is what we're seeing that's more glossy right here, and then you have the other layer of the actual clear coat that's being applied on top. And so whenever you create that extra layer of PVA, then what it does is it makes it to where the clear coat cannot bond in with the actual paint and the film itself, so therefore it's only just a band-aid of a coating, and more than likely within the first few days, few months, or something like that, it's probably going to start chipping and flaking right off. And if this ever did get wet again, maybe you got a chip in the clear and it got wet, this PVA will actually still come off again. So there is definitely a very high likelihood, almost 99%, maybe even 100%, of this coating is never going to work. This coating is going to chip, it's going to flake, the clear coat's not going to bond, and of course you're just going to have problem after problem. So you always want to make sure that everything is looking more like this one right here, where it looks really dull and it looks just like the way that it was painted, and you've got all the PVA off of it, so that way there's no coating that is in between the actual paint and the clear coat that were being applied over the top of it. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. Of course, if you have any questions or comments, definitely leave them below. We'd always love to hear from you on anything hydrographics related, as well as let me know your comments on if you've ever had any excess PVA that was still on and maybe you clear coated it or something like that. Always love to hear about those things as well, but definitely always want to make sure that you get all that PVA off before you do any type of touch-ups or clear coats. If you're interested in getting into the hydrographics or you're looking to purchase supplies, definitely check out the links in the description below. It's going to have everything there for you for all that you're going to need for the hydrographics, including the equipment, the activators, the paints, the primers, the clear coats, and everything. It's all there on the website, so definitely make sure to check that out. If you like the video, hit the like button, as well as if you want to see more videos like that, hit the subscribe button. We'd always love to have you subscribe to our weekly tips on anything hydrographics related. I'm Bryan from Liquid Concepts, and this is how we customize your world. We'll see you guys next time.